silt and other materials together in a certain heat, and he didn't mention the heat, because that is something will be also impossible. We understand that to do this we need maybe, I don't know, 1000 degrees or more or less, but he didn't mention the heat. And they did, the Egyptian had molds. And why he said so? Because so many of the stones looks like the same piece, as if they repeated the same style of cut, the same shape, the same size, the same weight. So he said all were put in a mold. But you must know that the same Egyptologists and scientists, they admit that the ancient Egyptians during the Old Kingdom and Middle Kingdom didn't know or use iron. So it will be what kind of mold? Copper mold or
clay, but anything that wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said wooden, and they didn't include the fire in it.
Right.
The whole theory just will collapse because of one simple thing. The quarries where they cut the stones still exist. We go visit it.
Right.
We go visit the quarry in Silsila, the quarry in Aswan. And if they molded limestone, how did they mold the granite. And Byzantine quartzite? All the elements, not all of them, but most of the types of stones are here. And the other types, we don't know where they brought it from, like yellow transparent quartzite or other types of stones, megalithic pieces, cannot be molded. Nobody ever heard of it being molded before.
No.
So where is his proof
about the other types of stone?
Yeah.
Okay. So his only evidence, and the one he thought it is solid evidence, that one of the stones, and also you must know that the one who sent him the samples, it is not the right way to send the samples. If I'm gonna make something like this, I'm gonna bring the samples myself to make sure that the sample from this place. But if you send me something, I will not say trust you, but you may send me samples maybe you don't know.
To push my agenda.
Exactly.
Like,
So
here's the stone. If I picked a piece from here, it might be something different.
Right.
But if you want to take it really, you have to chip it from there,
Yeah.
from the stone. And then you will go to jail.
So what is his evidence that he found human hair in such sample, which is also still possible? What is limestone? Limestone is layers from the calcite, the bottom of the sea, and after thousands of or millions of years, layers above layers. So we admit that humans also lasted. We are not sure humans what would the exact time they appeared on. So it could be human hair. So
Absolutely.
that is not something hard to believe.
Absolutely.
And what about
Or put on fire.
Yeah.
Okay, the blocks. I think he was talking like the Roman style, the red bricks. Okay, build me like a pyramid shape from that kind of stone we make from fire. Okay,
But
which is
let me say it again, like rephrase. Literally, he said to the vizier, burn on the mud.
burn on the mud. Yes,
We didn't have structures here from
Red
red
bricks.
bricks until the Greco-Roman time, and this is before the Greco-Roman time. So he told him burn on the mud and create a structure.
high structure. So I can send to see this god of Moses.
Yeah.
Okay.
So burn on the mud here. This is referring, of course, to the Holy Book of Quran. And burn on the mud here can be a sign to the elements, fire and earth and water. And this is the kind of alchemy we understand the pharaohs were aware of from inheriting the sites. They were aware of how to use the forces of nature to create things. So it's not like the primitive way of thinking of it. Burn on the mud.
Yeah, we shall not take it that easy, to
Yeah.
that how do you call it?
So literal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
We must go, like when they explain the meaning of the pyramid in Greek language, fire in the center.
Yeah. Pyramids.
It's not fire, it is energy.
Energy.
Because we understand that the ancients, when they refer to the energy, they used the simple way, which is fire.
Well, that's why we say he's got a fire burning inside of him. He's a passionate person.
Exactly.
Okay.
And like the microwaves,
Uh-huh.
you create fire, but it's not fire.
So then,
And that the Egyptian never had this kind of slavery. Okay.
Yeah.
It is not mentioned in any. They had war prisoners, maybe, but those slaves, if we can call them slaves, they will never join this kind of work.
Yeah.
Okay, if it happened during the dynasties.
Sure.
We don't believe it was
Okay,
during
yeah.
the dynasties at all.
You know, in the
We believe
the,
it's pre-dynastic. There was no Hebrews back then. There was no this like foundation of like.
I was going to say
separation.
this in the end, the
Yeah.
timeline of the Hebrews in Egypt. But let's first talk about foreigners, not necessarily Hebrews or Canaanite or as in the Bible. Okay, I don't remember in Joseph, I think, or Moses section. They are talking that the Egyptians didn't share food with them, with the Hyksos. Okay. So imagine if the Egyptian will not share food, they're going to share knowledge with the others. And we understand that during the New Kingdom time, Egypt became very large empire, very rich. So the Egyptians stopped dealing with minor jobs. No Egyptian carpenter, no Egyptian plumber, no Egyptian sweeper. So they imported foreigners to do such work. Okay, I will not say the Egyptians were arrogant and were having that ego, but they considered their
It was
knowledge
sacred for
and
them.
their
It was
language
sacred.
also
Yeah.
sacred, and that's why the Egyptian. Some people they say they didn't know foreign languages. No, they did, and we have one of the. I'm gonna send you the picture through Facebook. That we have what we can call him translator, translating between the Egyptian and the other, and he was Egyptian, not foreigner. Because the Egyptian didn't try to teach the other their own language, which is sacred language. They call it language descended from the sky. So it will be only for us. So the same for the knowledge. How come they bring those people to share with such constructions, which was like national project, okay? And as Yusuf explained, the first, I will not say evidence, but story about the Hebrew visit to Egypt was Abraham himself. Came during the Middle Kingdom,
Yeah.
after the pyramids were built,
Long
or
time.
maybe
Even to the
800
official
years.
story, which we believe that it can be much more ancient.
Sure.
I want to show you here something. This is the kind of marking in limestone that you have this tool that look like a hand like this, and you keep churn.
Like a claw.
That's why, yeah, like a claw. That's why you will find that the lines are not continuing. It stops here, and then it goes from here to here, and then from here to here, and then from here to here. That's how they
Several.
same like that other case over there. And this is of course a soft stone. So a tool from iron can do this. This is modern. This is not ancient. This piece here was also brought for that, but it was made with a circular saw. And this is modern. This is not ancient. You can see the marking of a circular saw from today. So what we're gonna see here in basalt stone is the same machining, but from the ancient times. And this is the markings of machining on the stone.